Okay, we're looking here at your new semi-automatic filling and cup sealing line. And we're going to make this video just to show you the basics of the operation and help you get started. It's pretty simple. Right here we connected our air connection. This one single connection will actually feed both units, the sealer and the filler. I'll show you where that ties in when we go over there. And then we connected our 110 VAC to the box. First thing you do is turn the power on. That's off. This is on. That's the main power. If it doesn't come on, make sure that the e-stop is not depressed. If it is, just if there's an arrow on top, twist it, and then the unit should energize. And then you press start. What that will do, I'll press stop here. When you press start, the unit will begin to heat up. I guess since we're here, I'll just show you the operation of these 6 pads. The 2 are start and stop. That's obviously when you're done. You can scroll through the parameters of the machine with these left or right keys. As you push these, the display will read what you're going to set. The first unit to set is the temperature, and then you can scroll further and you'll set the weld time. That's the time that the sealing head comes down and stays engaged on the seal. If you're not getting good seals, you can adjust either of them. You can add more temperature or more time, depending on what suits you best. The other setting is it adjusts the time that the lift table is up. That is when the containers come around. This air cylinder comes up and lifts the container, so you can easily remove it and then place a new one in. Then the other setting is the time. They call it delay time. It's the time that when you index the unit around, it'll stay there and it'll actually wait. And what that is for the operator to be sure that he's got everything. You got everything in place. There's a container there, lid, and that can be adjusted. Right now, it's probably set a little too long. I think as we get better acquainted with running the machine, the operator that is, when you get faster at it, you could probably take that down quite a bit. You won't need as much delay time. I guess let's move on to the filler now. Filler here, as I mentioned, the air ties in here. When you get the unit, this hose will be off. Just push this supply hose into this fitting, and then this has an on-off here. You depress. That's a lockout. One thing I'll mention regarding the lockout, if you're ever, when you're cleaning this machine or doing any kind of service to it or adjustment, remove the air power, remove the pressure so nobody can get hurt, because this rotating, this part is what we call the pallet. This turns. It's a 3-way valve, and you never want to get your fingers in these ports. So whenever you're working on the machine, take the air off, and then you're safe. Quickly cover here. This operator panel is pretty simple. This is the mode switch, and what this does is this will select between manual mode and automatic mode. In the manual mode, that's useful sometimes for priming the machine. In fact, you could take the filler and back it away and put an empty container there. And when you're in the manual mode, it's like this. Move it like this. That's the manual, and then you press the button and it'll give you one fill. In the automatic mode, let's switch to the automatic. As I said, pretty simple. Off, on. When you're ready to run, you turn it on. So when we load the cups, we'll load a cup in. We'll turn the disc, but leave this off because you don't want to mess. So when you rotate it, and you know you have a cup in place, then you can turn this on and you're ready to go. Also, regarding the lids, I think that the best way to start is you put a cup in, turn the fill on, rotate the disc. In fact, I'll show you this. Put a cup in, rotate the disc, turn the fill on, and then place the lids in the magazine here. And it's important that these lids are in good shape. They got to be nice and flat and oriented the right way so that the tab is in this mold here. That looks pretty good. So I guess what I'll do, we just did a fill test, so we're sort of out of product. So the machine may spit a little bit. Let's hope not. So what I'll do, since we have a container here, I put the lids in. Now the only thing that will happen if you put the lids in ahead of time is it'll drop a lid with no cup there. It's not a big deal, but probably get better to just get used to doing it this way. So we will, fillers off, put this in. We know we were just running, so we know that our temperature's good. And then I'll show you, just we'll put containers in. We're going to turn this on because when we do one index, then it will fire. So it's okay to turn it on now. So we'll go turn it on. There we go. Take it out. Good seal on there. As you see, we're about empty, so it's no sense filling anymore. So I'm going to turn this off, and then we'll index around. Maybe we'll, just to show you the litter, put one more container in there. See, it went without filling. Oop, I forgot to take this out. That's probably a good thing to get used to doing. And okay, fillers off. I'll just lid these remaining 2 containers and now here I'm going to take these out so we don't waste lids. And this guy, as you get down in the magazine, the lids they get a little more fussy because there's not a good amount of lids to keep them flat. So like as I just showed you, there's just a few left. So I had to do a little adjusting there, but that shouldn't be the norm. There we go.